we're trying to set up a standard. God forbid that the pastor will begin involved in immorality. We are not fit for be pastor. In fact, we're not fit. The moment we begin now, we're not fit for be pastor in the church. He knows that. I know that. We want to set the right example. And apart from that, we want to go heaven. Forget about it. We want to go heaven. So please, let's. If I represent somebody, not me say you for married her. In fact, if you go impregnate somebody, will they discipline you? You know, may not like that. We'll go discipline. If you're not a member, will they discipline you? Will they clap for me for that? Will they discipline you? Go in a member.
Yes, Pastor.
Aye.
Another question from Facebook.
No, Facebook. We can't bother waiting.
If you can't agree with me, I believe it is difficult nowadays to find out a perfect person in our youthful era, looking at the present composure of the world. Pastor, do you think it is necessary to make your partner feel uncomfortable in order to know their true colors? On both sides, people do pretend. What's your take?
Okay, marriage is a journey of trust. Hello? I said marriage is a process and a journey of trust. If you don't trust the person, not marry them. Simple. If you don't trust the person, because how can somebody be this and then later on you can find out say it's that? So if you don't trust them, don't enter that relationship. In fact, you should have tested the character of the person. Now, maybe they talk about, like we say, people get a lot of views. One of the views, popular views, are no man they cheat. All man they cheat. It's a predominant. That's what you will get for address. Why? Some people believe say all man. It's not possible for a man married. He not get one girlfriend. Some people believe that. It's a lie. There are men who are committed and they are in their hundreds. Then they. So some people believe that. So for me, if trust is missing, then it's a no-go area. Yes, it's a no-go area. How can you marry a man or a woman you don't trust? You begin question, this man, don't go there.
Good morning, church. I think I still right with it. I hope I will sound very controversial, but since Pastor Ware encouraged for a lot of talk, I do need for talk. You mentioned probably not like in passing, but I think it stand out very clearly somehow. So that around marriage and tradition, well, that's not really tradition, value system. One of the controversies where they get within the Christian circle are the fact that sometimes we self as Africans, we undercut our value system as Africans. Like you make mention of in Africa with this, with that. But what me really know is that human nature is the same. Even issues around polygamy is common even with the white people, if I can be very blunt that way. For example, the Mormons were polygamous. In fact, wait to make a lot of things they go straight. Most of them see how they talk, taken from the Bible, are part of their laws. Now they regulate a lot of things in America. So what I try to say is that, the West, not just say America, the West generally. What I want for talk is that, topic like this, if there are value systems we have in Africa, I think it go fine for Lord to make reference to them. Because we are Africans and we are living in an African context. Like you mentioned, Abraham, the time of Abraham, Isaac, their parents identified their wives. And it was part of African value system. But all NTR we don't kick against that. If you want for, you see as a parent, you see somebody where you feel say maybe from a family where you respect. Probably it could be your choice. You know, like even me Bobo right now. One day I share something with him. I said there is somebody I have in mind. You know. So, you know, but with the kind of system, sometimes we tread now cautiously because we don't want to appear traditional. But I think say these things are really part of us. So I think say it go really fine for make because now what's not happen now that the social media, for example, it don't make certain practices like in the West when we talk about dating. This is just civilized. I mean, fornication they go on, but you know it is so packaged that our young people see it that it is okay to date and to go extra. So you know we have to be bringing those value systems we have in Africa. We're not contradicting the Bible, but say this is what we owe.
Any tradition, any custom, now Africa, we're not in conflict with the word of God before embrace her. Anyone they against Bible, and for put aside as a believer, God is number one. He's exalted as head above all. God is above tradition. Any tradition we're ungodly, we not for accept them, but we get good traditions. You understand? Good customs, values. Where we for embrace. You understand? Now, you talk about that one, about choosing for another person. There is a problem there. Because God not the override person will. And not to you get for the host. And I don't think or mama go lack person for that person. If the person agree, fine. But if you not agree, it's a problem. Because God not the override somebody in will. Right? You go see somebody you lack for him. You lack him, you understand? But the person get for also lack. I'm telling you one thing about one lady. This, you know, in a church here again. Two people there. The man can't tell me say he's interested with this in this lady. That's what they have blocked over 40 years ago. So now I ask the lady, I say, somebody say interested in you. You say you can let come. I say go pray about it. After some time I come back and I say, he said I don't let come. But so we're married, I will get love for him. Now I say, case closed. I mean that kind, if I continue with that kind, waiting are they exposed and also? If marriage, you forget love. If love not, they say, well, I don't like her now, but so married, I will get love for her. What if you not can get the love not there again? The love not there, not ever there. It's a problem. So even though you can choose, you can see somebody you go let. Now it has to be in collaboration with the person in willow. It has to. So we don't put away all the time. In Assemblies of God, we believe in 3 kinds of marriages. One, we believe in customary marriage. It's accepted. Yeah, customary marriage. You understand? And then we believe also married by license. Although the one are licensed, I don't go there, they know they God know they did. But we accept them. We lay up or you pray. You understand? Because it's marriage is both spiritual and legal. Okay? So even though they know they pray it. Prayer now once I don't go there. They know they pray it. They say, yeah, not to. But if I sometimes the person they go join, you said, you know, not to the person they go put it in. Not to. Sometimes no marriage self. You understand? All the rest of it, but I did the work. Okay? So all this with a guy, you see, the Christian world is narrow. And that is why we are narrow-minded. Our narrow-mindedness is based upon the word of God. We are not broad-minded. Not also. On the narrow road. And I said, narrow road, that's the whole thing go. No. So that's why we are narrow-minded. And our narrow-mindedness is based upon God's word. You know why? Before I come to you, sir. Somebody turn to John chapter 12, 47 to 48. Quickly. Then you go ask, then 2 people go ask. I think so with them. Right. John 12, 47 to 48. Yes, sir. Okay. Yes. I judge him not. He that rejected me. I have one that will judge him. The words that I've spoken. So that's why we are very strong on the word. Because the word, now God gave for take we judge you by. Not give for judge you by custom or by tradition. Good values, good traditional values. I make what they say, Naya, you for involve your parents. Now the Western world, they don't get that time. Picking the guy and say, get in tomorrow. You go tell her any kind of nonsense. Now report you, report you. But we don't get that in there. So please, yes, sir.
Yes, thank you so much, Pastor. I agree with you, Mr. Reful. The problem with society, we, for instance, Freetown, we live in an urban setting. Now, what we will call a polyglot society, mixture, like a melting pot of diverse cultures. So, the one culture per se, where like we all they find a way for interact around. Now, what you call the Creole English culture. And of course, church originally looks like English or American. Because now with man and bring Christianity at a particular point in our history. So, in the process, like we own society in Sierra Leone, it go far away from in culture. We don't sing in with tribal tongues anymore. In most of the churches, first you go upline. And then a very terrible thing for the church that's alone. We don't lose with cultural attachment. Enough fine for winners alone. So now that make we idea of marriage now that if I wear white kind of church. Now that makes so. And it's like the norm. And it's like if you don't wear white, you kind of church, not to marry. And the church also over the years will not help for actually emphasize that if somebody marry customary way, for instance, the family go on a pastor present, then agree, then join on and marry. But what can happen? The church can say, "Pass you can na church." You don't understand me? So I agree with you. So how do we, in a way, marry the church and we culture without offending God and without the word of God? Now we know how to navigate that way. And Pastor put on clearly that if the cultural practice, understand me, it go against the word of God, we for reject them. But I think say we need for rediscover with culture and where our cultural values have a role to play to enhance our Christianity. Because the type of Christianity we can as originally now a cultural brand, a Europeanized version. Now that make first step, if you get particular name, you need to go to church. You understand me? You need to go to church. If you don't get jacket or coat, full suit, you know they feel accepted. You understand me? So there is no Christian clothes. But what's in the apple now? We don't acculturize Christianity. So if I wear suit, if I wear this, all of these things are not biblical, but they are cultural. So how we go use our own culture now? So I think say as a church, maybe going forward, we have to be able to see how they help. Now I make will be this kind of thing. The last thing I want to say, a single topic like this today cannot address the whole issue. I get references